You appreciate the person for who they are when you meet them. You don't try to change them. If you don't like them, then you move on. Don't try to change them, because it's just going to get toxic. And it's hurtful and hateful, and you're going to hate the person, and that really sucks when you like the person and then it converts into hatred or disgust. Because then what happens is you don't leave on a good note. It just gets ugly, and then you have an experience that's going to affect the next if you're not aware of this and you just blame. Ultimately, it's like when you get caught with a DUI, you were of sound mind before you took that imbibed that first drink, right? So, food for thought. You were of sound mind entering that relationship. You were of sound mind when you decided to go get inebriated at the bar and allow your lust to take over. You were of sound mind. Remember how that works. Even if it's not breaking the law. Karmic law. Polarity, right? Duality. You act goofy, you act selfish, right? Selfish, even if the other party, that's selfish. Even if the other party, they're being selfish. Because guess what happens at the end of the day? You're both doing things for self-indulgence and not for the greater good. Not to build a union. Because if you were about a union, you wouldn't be just thinking all just lovey-dovey on yourself. There's a learning curve. So take sex out of it right off the bat. Just get rid of the sex. What is the person and I like? Right? Go shopping. Your friends, whatever. Go do a shopping. Not even a date, an acquaintance run. Go shopping. See how you guys interact together. See if that person gets mad if you glance over at a woman, or a man, a woman glances at a man, or look at the mannerisms and be honest with yourself. That's the real test. That's where like the old relationships were developed. People really knew each other. They were friends before a relationship. This, product management of people. We treat each other as like products. I would beat myself over the head trying over and over with somebody because I didn't want to discard them, and I incurred a lot of pain. Why? Because I tried to overcome the red flags that people would call red flags. Right? If you ask the person that I was with, they'd say, Jerry's all this. I say, I really look at it, and I apologize for the stuff I've done. Right? I tell them, I'm sorry. I didn't want to tell you that. Right? Oh, well, I had it where one person wanted me to tell them every time a woman tried to talk to me. I wouldn't do that. To me, that's just going to make the person more insecure. Oh, guess what? I was down there and some girl, like, if it was some funny story, but what would happen to me is, well, why did she give you attention? Because I'm friendly and nice? It's not hard to think that maybe the person liked who I was, liked my energy. Or maybe they were just being friendly. And I'm a friendly person. Sometimes I'm really ultra talkative, sometimes I'm not. What I'm saying is remember, this is all about self-awareness, understanding reality, and just knowing the truth, right? It's not peace and balance. This is all it is. It's going to allow you to find your alignment in life and not go out and do detrimental stuff and get groups that stop your mind, that stop your heart, that keep you from finding yourself or finding who you were. If you don't know who you were in your past life, if you believe in that, if you don't, you're going to have a tough time, because you're only going to base it on this world here. To me, I ain't basing it on this world. This is just one of the experiences that we are going to move on with. We're supposed to share this stuff. I'm sharing you knowledge that's come forth because I've realized and accepted, like my past life regression I did. I want to do more. I don't think we are not supposed to eat knowledge. Why do we go to church? We go to church, we're supposed to get the knowledge, but we keep getting repeated by people who read the Bible and not understand it. To me, it's like when you go to fellowship. Okay, fellowship originally I think was out in the middle somewhere, maybe under a shelter, maybe in a building, and it was just like-minded people. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't religions back then. It was a mindset to find truth, mindset to find enlightenment, mindset to find the path again. I think when we're born, all of it's taken away. You're taken away from your mother for a period of time and then brought back. That's a bond severing. You're severing the bond. Just like you drink milk, why don't you go see what they do to calves? They separate the mother from the calf. They put the calf, and that goes to a veal. That becomes veal, the male cows. That's why I don't support the industries. Because life is just a commodity. Our life's a commodity. I think medication is good for your body. Light and frequencies. Light and sound are frequencies. Hertz are based on electric and sound. Depending on how fast it is, that's how your cells reverberate and answer to respond to a certain frequency. How fast that pulse moves, that oscillation. Hertz is the tone. How loud it is, right? How strong it is. I think that's the way it works. Like when you break glass. Like I said, microwaves. When glass breaks at a certain frequency, that's its frequency. You don't think your cells have a frequency? So if glass breaks, right, and hot dogs and things bust in the microwave, what do you think happens to your body when you're put under a mild frequency, let alone if they amped it up? Your body would do the same thing as that hot dog. You don't believe me? Go do the research. You don't think that cell tower workers have a limited time up there? I've been telling people this for years. It depletes your oxygen. It destroys your immune system. It breaks the polymers that hold your cells together, your atoms. Do a little quantum research on science. Do quantum science research. Quantum just means beyond. Oh, my immune system's down. That's why you get sick. You don't get sick if you don't have an immune system problem. Virus is a transition of bacteria. It's a transition state. Go on Rumble and look it up. Listen to doctors that have walked away. They'll tell you the truth. Yeah, I'm just going on and on and on. Find out what structures do. Carbon. We are liquid carbon. We are high quality receivers. That's why you'll be driving down the road and all of a sudden a song goes in your head, because a signal went through you. Why would you just remember the song when you're not in the mood? Liquid crystal. But old RC cars, it was called a crystal, and that would capture the frequency from the remote control that you would transmit to it. Cell towers, radio towers, the induction fields all around us. That all disrupts our frequencies and connection. The CYA agency did studies back then when they were doing all the mind control, and they saw the studies done and they saw the results. When you sleep, you leave your body. You go up into the ionosphere and you communicate. That's why I shake my head when people say, oh, I had a dream and it was this, because you were communicating with an alternate reality of yourself or a life. How did you have a life, but you live in a different house and different family members or different friends, but it was you, and you knew it was you, because you're supposed to do that. That's equilibrium between the realities. And when people, if a Christian says, oh, I don't believe in that, well, where's hell and where's heaven? It's a different dimension. It's a different reality. It's common sense. Just got to recapture your essence of creativity and thought, and feel your heart, right? That's where things emanate from, is from the heart thought. It emanates here, not here. That's the mind. Your mind's eye is one thing. That's one of the receptors to the pineal gland. Read on fulvic acid. That'll help displace minerals and waste in your body because it micronizes. It's what they put in the ground so plants can reap all the nutritional value out of the earth. You know, it's ancient, degraded plants and minerals, so it's concentrated minerals. Like I said, salts of salvation. That's how your body functions. You get disease when you don't have all your minerals. Your body doesn't function right. That's what facilitates the actions of the body. Osmosis, permeating cells, like reverse osmosis. There's a membrane in there, and that it only allows H2O through it. I'm throwing words out there: active and passive transport. That's what the bodies and the cells do. Okay, I'm gonna get off here for now, and rambled on a lot of information. I might just put it as daily truth about things. I'm still gonna do that. I'm gonna do a meridian today. I'm gonna get those 12s done. I'm gonna start trying to learn how to feel subtle energies, put that together, and I gotta go. I might go over and paint, because I want to do gooder stuff too. Self-betterment and others' betterment. Think about the whole picture, but not draw yourself out to where you can't allow yourself to grow. Yeah. I hope some of this stuff resonates. I don't get into too much deep detail. I just keep it on the basics when I go research. Anyways, I hope some of this information resides with you. I went on a lot of things there. Covered a lot of ideas and thoughts. So I needed to do it. Anyways, you all have a good day. Remember, mindfulness, think about it. Peace and balance. Guten Tag or Guten Morgen.